Hey everybody, Ghostwood here. It's Patrick's time again. Woohoo! I was gonna do this video yesterday, but unfortunately my last pair of HyperX Cloud 2s, which by the way I highly recommend, I'm wearing them right now. That my last pair, the left ear cuff broke, so I had to wait for a warranty replacement. So finally got that in, so I'm able to record now. The good news is the patch got delayed by a day, so technically not even late. So we're just gonna get right into it. Like I said, we are. No, wait, I haven't said this yet. We're on patch 8.6. This is the next big patch in the little patch, big patch cycle. It says. So apparently there's gonna be a lot going on here. I said in my 8.5 tier list video that I wasn't sure if Korea and China were gonna play also in 8.5 or 8.6. I'm pretty sure they're playing on 8.5, but just in case, like this might be a competitive patch. Either way, this will be the things that happen in this patch will be in effect when we get to MSI, which will probably be on like 8.7, 8.8 if I had to guess. So let's do it. Actually, I bet it'll be on 8.8. Yeah, that's my guess. Okay. Anyways, let's do it. So, from what I understand, is they nerfed Duskblade, but buffed a bunch of champions just a little bit who used Duskblade, so that way they don't get like really badly hit by it. So we'll figure that out. So Duskblade, okay, Night Stalker damage, which is the amount of damage you deal if you have not been seen, has gone down from 65 to 320 to 30 to 200 if you're melee. Wow, that is pretty big. The ranged nerf is the exact same. Okay, so yeah, it used to deal less damage if you were ranged, so I guess it just deals this amount of damage. Period. Okay, that's kind of that's a pretty sizable nerf. I mean, like it still like sweeps wards, which is like, in my opinion, one of the most valuable things about this item. Not to mention it gives like the lethality and the CDR, so like still like a nice looking item. It's just like it probably won't come before Ghostblade anymore because that's a pretty sizable damage nerf. Melee basic attacks instantly kill traps wards that are disabled by blackout. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. So one auto attack. That's actually pretty neat. Blackout won't be triggered if the owner is currently using a sweeping lens or Oracle's alteration. That's also really cool. All right. So I think like I would expect Kha'Zix esque champions to keep building this. I would expect Zed Talon esque champions to keep building this. My question here is, will 80 carries continue to build this? My guess is probably not. Now there's not that many 80 carries building it at this point, anyways. I know a few Jins are, but like I'm pretty sure the consensus is that Crit Jin is better after his bust last patch. Miss Fortune is, but she's not really meta anymore, so yeah, and then like Varus has pretty much moved completely to on hit. So, and Lucian, who knows what that champion is doing nowadays? Maybe he's still rushing Bork. I think. Point is, there have been plenty of 80 carries in the past who have built this. My guess is they probably will not anymore, just because you don't get that much out of the. I mean, it's nice to disable wards as an 80 carry, but like, there's a lot of other people on your team who can do that, and like this just isn't that much damage. Like so. My guess is that's probably kill for 80 carries. Graves. Well, Graves actually might continue to build it just because he's a jungler and it's nice to have the ward sweep. Attack damage growth and magic resist growth increase W casts and applies vision reduction more quickly. Oh, okay. So he's up to like 3 AD per level and up to 1 MR per level. That's nice. Um, and oh wow, this is actually super good. Okay. Grace has been like kind of MIA for a little bit. He's kind of like a hyper farmer, like large damage dealer. The issue is that like early pressure has been pretty important for a bit now, and Graves just can't really do like the really good early ganks that people like Olaf and Skarner and Kha'Zix bring to the table. Even though Skarner didn't have like his ult until level 6, like he can still stun at level 3. So, it's tough. Grace has been having a tough time in that. This is really nice. This will actually like increase his early gank. So, I'm curious if this helps. This will make him a little bit more useful late game. Honestly, like I think if Duskblade just gets removed from his build, I don't think that's a huge issue for Graves. I think he can be okay on other things. Because I personally have felt like in the past, out of all of his jungle builds, the one that was like Phantom Dancer with like Black Cleaver, I thought that was a pretty good build. So I think he'd be okay. Actually, I think that like this patch as a whole is like growth for Graves. Kane, W is up by 0.1 bonus AD, and his ult is up by 0.25 bonus AD. Uh, Assassin Kane isn't kind of weak for a little bit, anyways. He just doesn't. He's not. He just doesn't really fit into a lot of games. I would say that this patch like is a net nerf for Kane because like Duskblade is pretty important to him, so that's tough. Um, these are nice, but if I had to guess, like I think Ross is going to be even more like must choose. Kha'Zix. Whoa, he got nerfed on top of Duskblade. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, so this goes down by 15, but it goes up by zero point 0.1 bonus AD. So you need to build 150 AD for that to be a buff. Isolated damage up to 100 additional. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Um, yeah, that's actually not too bad. Okay, so this is actually kind of a buff then. At the moment, the monster damage and W ties Kha'Zix to the jungle. We'd like to give him a chance to spread his wings elsewhere, so we're swapping that power for a bigger Q buff than the Duskblade changes warrant alone. Void monster no longer deal bonus damage to monsters. Wait, so oh, okay. So they buffed his Q extra and like removed his damage against monsters in concurrence with the Duskblade nerfs to try and push him to solo lane, I guess. That's a weird thing you've done there, right? I don't think he's gonna find his way into top lane. Maybe mid lane. I don't think he'll find his way into top lane though. He just doesn't have the bulk. Assassins just don't really survive in the top lane anymore. Like there's like Camille, but like Camille plays like a bruiser. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he might show up as a mid laner. Just be like a weird talent, I guess. Okay, this is interesting. I don't really know how I feel about this. I mean, this will like clear his jungle pretty quickly because there's so many single target camps now, like 3, and there used to be 1. Like Gromp used to be the only single target camp. So, I mean, he can get through both of his buffs so stupid fast now. Um, yeah, because at level 1 it's doing 100 damage plus 2.6 bonus AD, which he won't have, but that much of just runes, but still. Wow, that's a lot. It's a lot of damage. So this might actually help him in like mid lane. It's like if you clear the wave, you can just put 1 Q down, or maybe even top. I don't know. Maybe he shows up as a top laner. It's a weird change. I don't really know what to think about this. I don't think Kha'Zix will be like hurt like as a meta jungler because I think what like people like about him, he still does. In fact, maybe a little bit better. But like he'll get punished for his clear and also like his all-in damage with Duskblade, but like the longer the trade lasts, the more damage he'll deal. I don't know about him as a solo laner. Watch out for Kha'Zix mid, I guess. Double AD damage growth from Misfortune. Okay, I still think she's weak. So Nocturne, I saw that Nocturne was buffed on PB, and that confused me because like I saw that he got buffed last patch, and I actually felt like he was doing pretty good now. But now I understand it's because of like Duskblade, which is a pretty popular item on him. Um, I looked it up to see his stat. I was surprised because like he in the past has like succeeded more with on hit, but I understand after last patch buffs, it made him like 80% of the time taking Duskblade. So they gave him 50 more damage on his ult at level 16, and then 25 more at level 13, and the ratio is up by 0.3. So his ult is going to be even more of a nuke now, and this will more than make up for the amount of damage you lose on the Duskblade. So whatever. I think that's okay. Net. Um, Q damage ratio increased, E damage ratio increased, R damage ratio increased. Frosty locks out after using an empowered spell only applies on the slot you just cast. Rengar can no longer leap after a hex flashing out of a brush. Added 5 more VO lines. Okay, cool. Point 0.1 extra Q damage. Adjusted the Q animation cast frame to make it the canceling it feel better. Fixed a bug where he would get 3 fast attacks if he cast Q while leaping. Fixed a bug where Rengar would attack again instantly after landing the Q while leaping. Fixed a bug where Savagery would not grant ferocity when missing. Fixed a bug where Night Hunter Rengar and Mega Rengar were not displaying the proper particles on Q. This champion is bugged, I just found out. Point 0.1 ratio on Bola, 0.1 bonus AD on Bola. Fixed a bug where casting Bola while leaping with 3 ferocity would sometimes consume all ferocity without granting a powered spell. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty bad bug. zero point 0.2 extra total AD. So, okay, so yeah, it's just kind of the same thing as everybody else. Like I think this is like net, like not a nerf or a buffer. I mean these bug fixes sound good, but like I like this sounds mostly just like the amount of damage you're gonna deal with through Duskblade has been lowered, so we're gonna up that a little bit, so that's fine. Shaco. Q now grants next basic attack bonus physical damage. Shaco's next basic attack after Deceive also deals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 0.7 bonus attack damage. 0.3 ability power bonus physical damage. Um, okay, whatever. Shaco's a weird champion. That's good, I guess. That'll help his. It's another. It's just another net, not a buff or a nerf. Passive damage now continues scaling after level 11 until level 18. Oh, that's nice. Our ratio increased. 75 to 175, 75 to 245. That's actually super good. Zero point 0.1 bonus AD on his ulti. This is actually a buff for town, I think, even with the Duskblade nerfs. Wukong up to 4 AD per level. Q crushing blow scales up to 1.5. Okay, I guess that's a buff. Wukong's not going to see any play though. Pass through damage 50% to targets beyond the first. Multi-hit penalty landing multiple shark kills on the same target. No longer caused beyond the first. Okay, so this just makes skilled Zed players deal more damage and bad Zed players deal less damage. Death mark 25, 40, 55% damage dealt during death mark is stored. That's pretty good for his all-in, which once again, it's like his all-in got hurt by the Duskblade changes. So I'd actually call this another net whatever. I guess Wukong got buffed, Talon got buffed. Graves got buffed. Then I'd say like Kane got nerfed for sure. Kha'Zix has been rebalanced. Misfortune I'd say is going to be pretty weak now. Rengar is average. Nocturne that might favor buff. Shaco I think is a buff. Is that kind of got rebalanced. Kai'Sa attack range up to 525. Stack ratio 0.2, 0.25, 0.3, 0.35, 0.4 AP, applying first, second, third, fourth, fifth plasma stack. Plasma detonation ratio 3.75 targets percent missing health per 100 AP. Okay, this is really nice. Kathy and Rain up to 600. That's pretty nice. Ratio per missile 0.4 AP ratio for 6 missiles, 1 AP. W 0.45 deals the same amount of damage due to second skin's buff above. Evolved Void Seeker deals more damage than before. Oh, okay. Supercharge 1.2 to 0.6 seconds for the cast time. That's pretty good. Minimum, yeah, because like this ability is awkward. Like just sitting there for a second and a half, not dealing any damage. Like if you want to use your steroid when you're taking a tower, right? And it's like you just have to like sit there. It's weird. Minimum bonus movement speed 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So that's up by 15. Not too bad. Maximum bonus movement speed 80, 90, 100. So that has gone up by 10%. No, 30%. I'm trolling. Okay. Killer Instinct, radius around enemy champions, 525. So with her attack range, thinking ahead, Killer Instinct shield is now granted on cast, still lingers for 3 seconds after the dash ends. Okay, I think Kai'Sa is a lot stronger than people think she is. These buffs like are going to push her to what I think she should be in the first place, which is considered pretty strong, honestly. And my personal opinion, I think Kai'Sa is underrated. I think that there's a lot to be said about people not knowing how to play this champion or build this champion, and a lot of these buffs have been to her AP. So I think Riot really wants people to start messing around with build paths that don't really make sense for AD carry, like Nashor's Tooth. I really think that there's a lot of power in Nashor's Tooth, or maybe even like I saw some Rioters building like a mid laner's build on her as an AD carry, like Luden's Rush. So I'm curious to see if people like mess with that a little bit more. Maybe something will actually change in her ranking. I think that this is a pretty good buff for Kai'Sa. I think that this champion is nearing pretty powerful, honestly. Because like even towards the end of last patch, like people started figuring out how to play her, and they're like, Whoa, this champion deals a lot of damage. So, Lee Sin. Oh, it's worth noting. I wonder if Runic Echo's jungle will become a build, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Lee Sin, passive energy return increased at later levels. Q range increase, base damage increased. So the first attack energy return is 20, 25, 30. The second attack energy return is okay. So this has gone up by 5 to 10, and this has gone up by 12.5 to 15. So he gets a little bit more energy, which is good because it feels like it's hard to do stuff on Lee Sin late game. Because like a lot of other champions, like the amount of mana they have grows, so it's like they can use more spells late game. That's not really the case for Lee Sin. Um, 100 more range on his Q is nice, and this is really good. 75 to 150 on that. So yeah, I think we might see Lee Sin return. He has early pressure. If I had to guess, Lee Sin will return through this. The losing the warding item was pretty lame for Lee Sin. I'd say more so in solo queue than competitive because everybody's getting used to not having the warding item in competitive. But like a lot of solo queue players are like, wait, Lee Sin's the only champion I ever built this on. Why would you guys nerf Lee Sin? They didn't really see it for the like competitive change it was, but I think Lee Sin will find a way back in. Um, Lucian, base damage increased, R damage ratio increased. This has gone up by 25. Okay. All right. I don't think that'll change anything because this buff really won't kick in. Oh, wait. No, it's 25 at every level. I mean, this buff, like, you're not going to max this ability, so it's not going to deal more damage. 0.25 total AD up to 1. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. Like they said, press the attack buffs helped. I think Lucian will get a little bit better. I still think he's weak, though, honestly. Quinn, base attack damage, nerfed. Attack damage growth, buffed. So she'll not feel this base AD nerf anymore after what is that? So zero point 0.6. So after 5 levels, so by level 6 you have more AD. Okay. Passive Harrier, see vulnerability. Attacks now trigger vulnerable marks that appear on their target while they are in flight. Good. Hear vulnerability. New audio cues have been added for hitting a target with a vulnerable mark. Okay. Strike from the sky. Sky Strike now applies vulnerable mark to all enemy champions hit. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Don't change the channel. Taking damage while channeling no longer breaks channel. That's pretty good. Hold on tight. Taking damage for non-minions while flying immediately ends behind enemy lines. Removes behind enemy lines bonus movement speed for 3 seconds. That's really good. Taking damage from minions while flying no longer slows Valor. Awesome. The enemy fountain is down. Automatically cast behind enemy lines when returning to the summoning platform. Oh, that's so cool. So whenever you get to your base, you're just in Valor. That's super cool. That's really neat. So that way you don't have to sit there for a few seconds. No longer goes on a 3-second cooldown when in combat. Whoa! So they want you to just be able to stand there and take damage, and then all in with your ulti. This is super cool. This is good for Quinn. This is really good for Quinn. I feel like she's gonna see some play top lane. I don't know about competitively, but like Quinn players should be pretty excited. That's really good for her. Rakan, Q and R damage ratios increased. Gleaming Quill, 0.6 AP. Okay. Um. Okay. Range on Battle Dance is up by 700. Bonus range towards Zaya, so it got. Oh. Okay. So he works a little bit better with people who aren't Zaya, because like Zaya and Rakan are obviously a nasty combo at the moment. All right, these are nice. I don't think a damage buff on either of these things help very much. This is nice though. I don't think either of these buffs will really mean anything, but this is pretty nice. Zaya and Rakan's basic attacks no longer trigger feathers from each other's deadly plumage. While deadly plumage is active in both Zaya and Rakan when one of their basic attacks an enemy, both of their deadly plumages strike the enemy. Only their own deadly plumage strikes that enemy. Okay, that's pretty good. This will help their like ridiculous level 1. Um. Oh my gosh. Hey there, Shrilas. Okay, so this item got removed when Talisman came out, and now Talisman is removed. So it's exciting to have this item back. This is actually really cool that they did this. 2100 gold. 40 AP, 200 health, 10% CDR, 8% movement speed, plus 40% movement speed. This is awesome. I'm really excited for this item to show up. This is good. This is going to get played. This is super cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, this is good because a lot of a lot of supports are building Righteous Glory, but like Righteous Glory feels really weird on people like Rakan, and also like you get the movement speed for it, so like that's fine for like Blitzcrank and Thresh who are like, oh, I'm just gonna go like bring them to us. But if you're Braum, like it's kind of awkward to have Righteous Glory, so this is pretty good. I like this a lot. Abyssal Mask, Aura Radius, center to edge is 325. Whoa, so the radius has been super decreased, but the magic damage amplification has been upped by 5%. This helps with Infernal Mask, and an Abyssal Mask no longer counts as a spell for the purposes of Electrocute or Phase Rush. That's lame. Okay, so this will just make it better for people who use this for the all-in, but like they wanted to make that so it's not like, oh, I'll just build this as a move, we'll pick all AP, which is kind of what happened last time. So it's pretty good. Seraph's Embrace. Seraph's Embrace shield is providing too much safety for its purchasers. Good point. Down by 5% of the current mana, down by 2 seconds. Good. Yeah, that's great. Like, let them use it for that crazy play, but don't let them just pop it at the beginning of a fight casually. Dead Man's Plate is underperforming. Correct. Proc damage type, magic. Okay. Slow Mentum. Users no longer lose stacks while slowed. All right. Oh, by the way, this is kind of good because there's more armor than MR in the game. Users no longer lose stacks while slowed. Okay, that's pretty good. Now consumes all momentum on basic attacks, even if it is less than max stacks, dealing 1 damage per momentum consumed. Okay, need momentum. The slow only triggers at max stacks. Okay, cool. Lock out my generation. Basic attacks now lock out momentum generation until your attack timer resets. Alright, whatever. Jinsu's. The cost has gone down by 600. The build path is Amplifying Tome plus Recurve Bow plus Pickaxe. So it's an Amp Tome instead of a Blasting Wand, and 690 gold. Attack damage is down by 10. Ability power is down by 25. Holy cow. Magic damage on hit down by 10 plus 0.1 AP. Okay. Physical damage on hit 5 plus 0.1 bonus. Oh, okay, that's pretty nice. Ability power per stack 4% AP. Oh, cool. Attack speed per stack 8% total attack speed. That's super cool. Attack damage per stack 4% bonus. Rapid rage at half stacks melee champion's next attack fully stacks rage blade. That's awesome. Jitsu's Rage Blade currently has 2 problems. It's only good on a select few champions, and those champions serve as an insane first item spike. Correct. We're hitting both problems by changing styling on hits to scale directly with other stats. TLDR, Jitsu shouldn't be immediately powerful of a rush item, but it fits into a few more types of builds. Good. I like this a lot. One of the only things Shin has complained about recently that I agree with is top laners used to be able to build this item and they can't anymore. This is a great change to deal with that, and all of these changes make it so these 80 carries aren't running around dealing ridiculous damage. Varus is going to be heavily nerfed by this. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. But this is really good. You're going to see more of this on like junglers, if I had to guess, which is cool. I like that because I miss Sated Devour a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Static Shiv, proc damage 60. Okay, so it's down by 20 at the end of the game. Wave clear no longer deals bonus damage to minions. That's fine. Good. More Phantom Dancer, please. Rapid Fire Cannon. Proc damage up. Man, you should have buffed Phantom Dancer. Whatever, I guess. Ignite. Damage increase. For a while now, Heal and Teleport have been outclassing Ignite mid lane. True, especially in pro play. To increase diversity in some of their spells, we're pushing a bit more power into Ignite. Whoa, hello. 5 more at level 1. Another 95 at level 18. That's pretty good. This is going to be a good change for supports too, which will make up for this nerf, which was very needed. Heal cooldown increased, up by 30 more seconds. In general, defensive spells should have higher cooldowns than offensive spells. Agreed. That is, if 2 opposing players use heal and ignite in the same fight, there should be a window where the ignite player has the summoner spell edge, can try and make another play. I agree with that. Currently, heal's cooldown is probably a bit too low. It is. Yeah, this is a good change. Conqueror. Oh, yay, it's here. Okay. We wanted to introduce a keystone for champions who excel in long, drawn-out fights, especially melee champions. After 4 seconds in combat, your first basic attack against an enemy champion grants you 30 to 10 to 35 attack damage based on level for 3 seconds. It converts 20% of your damage into true damage. Melee only. Damaging enemy champions. Refresh this buff. Darius is going to be very high tier. In fact, he's already, someday has already like picked him as kind of a like fun little joke in pro play. I wouldn't be surprised if by MSI like more teams are picking Darius. This is huge. Good. That's good for him. Bone plating. Bone plating was intended as an anti-burst rune, but thanks to its long duration, it's being used as everybody taking it. Shortening the duration should be made less generally good. I agree. 3 seconds. That is fine. Chrysalis. New resolve row in the resistance row. Many champions, especially carry style champions, might want defensive stats to get through the laning phase, but ultimately want carry stats for the late game. So this is a rune for them. Start the game with an additional 60 health. Okay. When you get 4 takedowns, consume that health to gain an adaptive bonus of 9 damage or. Oh, okay. This is actually super cool. So this is really good for people who have a bad laning phase. You know what? This is better than Iron Skin and Mirror Shell. Just like survive your lane and then like late game, like if you can be rewarded for doing better. I like this a lot. This is a super cool rune. Removed runes. Iron Skin Mirror Shell. Good. Get him out of here. Rune selection upgrades. Newer reworked runes will now have an indicator in the drawer therein will auto pop open. Okay. Last patch, we added a feature where we auto swapped removed runes and put in an indicator on the affected pages. This patch, we're going to add an indicator to the specific room so it's easier to see what's been auto swapped. Fix some buggy behavior in the substyle selection. Okay, cool. Whatever. Twisted Tree Line, I'll go over real quick. I'll same with these one for all changes, I guess. Bandit passive removed. Movement speed added to ancient coin line of items. Many other changes. These are some items that go through some. Oh, okay. So the changes they did to Summoner's Rift. All right, whatever. Not going to talk about then. So, one for all changes. I'll go over this real quick, I guess. Getting silly this season by playing the same champ as one of your teammates in this wacky and accelerated twist on Summoner's Rift. One for all springs back into action in a week. Okay. Oh wow, it's gonna be here for 17 days. Holy cow. Actually 18. Wow. 5v5. You all play the same champion. Everybody gets a vote. Champions with at least 4 votes get locked in. Updates. Each player can now ban a champion. Cool. New or updated champions since last run. Camille, Rakan, Zaya, Kane, Ornn, Zoe, Kai'Sa. Many rework champions. Swain, Urgot, Galio, etc. Whoa, I didn't realize. I think Aurelia too probably will be out by the end of it for sure. Camille, I didn't realize it goes as far back as Camille. That's a nutty. All right, Fast and Furious. Start at level 3. Cool. Experience and gold sped up by 30%. Cool. Dragon and Baron spawn sooner or more often. Okay. Bonus on combat movement speed. Shields now stack. Oriana can have 4 of the ball floating. Each new game can in a game can give up to 120 bonus AP power to a single for a grand total of 600%. Each Nami can buff with E, resulting in 3 supercharged Nami basic attacks. Sivir has claimed the title of the Fast 2000. Okay. Slows don't stack. That's fine. This is really weird. Alright, this is going to be cheesy. I don't even want to talk about what I think looks good and whatnot, because that's not really what I talk about in my patch videos, but this looks like I'm going to be playing this mode. That looks like fun. After popping the hood on Honor, we're seeing the patch, so no, there's no other changes. The requirement moves up from Dishonorable to Honor level 2 up and lower. Okay. Voice chat is here. Nobody's going to use it because of Discord. All right, cool. Good patch. Couple thoughts. I really like the new rune. I think that a lot of bruisers are going to be stronger this patch. I think a couple champions that I think look better. I think Kai'Sa is looking pretty good. Oh, how did I miss this? Okay, so Hextech GLP, the cost has gone down. I actually think that this item is going to be really popular soon. It's just, I think it does a lot, and they've nerfed the other ones. Saras, I think it's going to become popular. Okay, so Quinn looks super good. I don't know if she'd go the new rune. In fact, she wouldn't because she's not melee, but she looks super good, and she'll become more popular because she does really well into champions like Darius. Lucian will not see any change. Kai'Sa looks better. I guess watch out for Kha'Zix in lane. Graves looks better. Only go Red Kayn. Yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you felt that I missed something or you didn't agree with something I said, please make sure to comment. Let me know what it is. I become a better analyst and a better coach because of you guys. I learned from you. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a good day.